Business 200, Principles of Marketing. We are still in the third unit, Responding to Your Customer, and we're going over Chapter 13, which is Digital and Social Media Marketing. Here are your learning objectives, and here is your executive perspective. All right, so digital marketing is an umbrella term that refers to the marketing of goods or services using digital media, such as email, website, search engines, and social media platforms. Social media refers to internet-based applications that enable users to create their own content and share it with others who access these sites. And then mobile computing is technology that allows transmission of data and data, voice, and video via any wireless enabled device without a fixed physical connection. Facebook started out as a social network, but has grown into something much more. It is a personal operating system of sorts where friends and experiences are interconnected, and apps and brand pages connect people and brands of all sorts. Mobile technologies are becoming increasingly important in how people find and share information. Access to social media content and apps has been a huge driver in smartphone and tablet adoption by consumers. Sociologists and organizational scientists have expressed growing concern that constant use of social media to check on and strengthen virtual connection is actually making users less social in face-to-face settings. Digital technologies are altering customers' expectations of all business, nonprofit organizations, and governmental institutions. One way to discuss these changes would be to look solely at the many creative ways in which companies are integrating into their marketing mix social network platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Snapchat. However, to shoehorn these broad shifts into a discussion of new channels and platforms grossly underestimates the magnitude of this tectonic shift. In a two-way communication era, brands that do not seek to align and integrate elements of their paid, owned, and earned media are increasingly at a disadvantage. Digital technologies are forcing all marketers to reassess, alter, and even in some cases forego many tried and true ways of thinking about and doing marketing. Here's an example of earned media. So easier market entry enables smaller, more nimble competitors to compete head-to-head with established brands. More and more households are cutting the cord and dropping pay cable and satellite TV in favor of internet-based options like Hulu and Netflix. Popular new social media platforms seem to emerge every year. Most often, organizations seek to coordinate their digital marketing strategy across several different mediums in order to elevate online consumer engagement levels. In the next several sections, we focus on key concepts and strategies involving these mediums, like website design, search marketing, and social media marketing. The first moment of truth, FMOT, is the incredibly short window of 3 to 5 seconds after a shopper first encounters a product on a store shelf. In these precious moments, marketers must appeal to shoppers' senses, values, and emotions to convert them into customers. The second moment of truth is the actual experience a customer has with the product once he or she buys it and returns home. The zero moment of truth is the moment when a customer uses a digital device to begin learning about a potential purchase. So the 0 moment of truth. It happens online, typically starting with a search like Google, Bing, Yahoo, YouTube, or any other search tool engine. It happens in real time at any time of the day or night. More and more, it happens on the go, in a store parking lot, or even in the store itself, as consumers use mobile search on their smartphones and tablets. The consumer is in charge, pulling the information she wants rather than having it pushed at her by others. It's emotional. The consumer has a need he wants to satisfy in an emotional investment in finding the best solution. The conversation is not a monologue or even a dialogue. It's a multi-way conversation with the consumers, marketers, friends, strangers, websites, and experts all participating. Click-through rates also greatly depend on the link's position on the first page. In total, links listed on the first page of a Google's research page obtain over 90% of clicks. So search marketing is a marketing practice whose goal is to generate traffic from search engines through both paid and unpaid efforts. A search engine is a software system designed to search for information on the World Wide Web. Search engine optimization is the process of getting more traffic based on higher rankings of free or organic search results on search engines. In contrast, search engine marketing is the process of generating website traffic by purchasing advertisements on search engines. Search engine optimization targets various kinds of search, including image search, local search, video search, academic search, news search, and industry-specific vertical search engines. Search engine marketing uses paid listings, purchase links that typically appear either at the very top or upper right of the search engine page. Here's a heat map of a Google search results page, graphically represented data as colors. And here is an example of this in Google. So in order to create an index, search engines need to know first what content is available on the web or on the internet. They accomplish this task by using automated software programs called web crawlers or spiders to visit each page, just as you or I would do, only very quickly. The last step is the part that you see as a user. When you perform an online search, the search engine scours its billions of documents and does two things. It returns only those results that are relevant or useful to the searcher's query, and it typically assumes that the more popular a site, page, or document, the more valuable the information it contains. The search engine's ranking algorithm checks each search query against billions of pages. It tries to determine how relevant each page is to the search terms that were entered. This operation is so complex that companies closely guard their own ranking algorithms as patented industry secrets. Here's an example of spiders. All right, so social media marketing. Each of these social media strategies can be quantifiably tied to common marketing performance metrics, such as awareness, sales growth, and customer satisfaction. As a result, social media marketing has become an important component of marketing strategy. Here's a figure showing social media expectations for brands by age group. Inbound marketing firm HubSpot asks nearly 600 customers what kind social media presence they expect of any brand. Consumers reported that they expect brands to be active on at least 3 to 4 social channels. Here's social media expectations for brands by age group. Social media marketing examples. Here are some examples: Lego and Blenders Eyewear. Content marketing and location-based services. So content marketing content is a currency of the social web, needs to be valuable, relevant, and consistent. And content marketing techniques and sources are blogs, white paper, email marketing, and video marketing. So creating content, although a product may be highly technical, you can still write and create content that connects with which your audience identifies with on a popular level. Research conducted by the Content Marketing Institute in association with the market research from Nielsen recently investigated the impact of these different content types at various stages of the consumer decision-making process. Product categories in the study included automobile, home appliance, insurance, video game, electronic toothbrushes, and more. Overall, the impact of expert content was the most consistent across stages and categories, but study findings also suggest that each of these 3 types of content play a role in the consumer's decision-making process. Infographics are highly shareable, catchy to the eye, and more fun to read than a generic blog post. Our new branded content approach that is catching on with content creators and audiences is live streaming, broadcasting real time, live video footage or video feed to an audience accessing the video stream over the internet. In some instances, creating effective brand content and communications may not even require the use of words. According to data gathered by marketing agency Deep Focus, 4 out of every 10 millennials would rather engage with pictures than read. Most prominent among this shift to pictorial communication is the emoji, a small digital image or icon used to express an idea or emotion in digital communication. The backstory behind the Streisand effect begins with a hobbyist couple, pilot Gabrielle Adellem and photographer Kenneth Edelman, who decided to photograph the entire California coastline and post their images online. You can see their work at www.californiacoastline.org. Singer Barbra Streisand insisted that photos of her house be removed. Here is a wonderful example of an infographic. A location-based service is a social, entertainment, or information service that allows a company to reach and engage with its audience using tools and platforms that capture the geographic location of the audience. Target has recently incorporated location-aware tech into its store assistance app with its drive-up curbside pickup program. Waze serves as a combination of social network and crowdsourced traffic map, allowing drivers to report traffic conditions and incidents and share them in a living map to the benefit of all. Another group of location-based mobile apps that you might be familiar with includes social check-in apps. Foursquare was an innovator in location-aware apps, helping popularize the idea of checking into locations through a mobile device. And here's an example of location-based apps. Social media monitoring, also known as social listening, is the process of identifying and assessing what is being said about a company, individual, product, or brand on the internet. Many firms are investing customer service or customer support resources into programs that monitor social media. They seek to respond before complaints damage online reputations. The cost of reacting to experiences is far greater than the cost of proactively creating and defining those experiences from the onset. Taking raw engagement metrics and dividing by the number of Facebook friends, Twitter followers, or another platform audience measure, digital marketers can add meaning to the raw engagement metrics by producing ratios reflecting conversation rate, amplification rate, and applause rate. Sentiment analysis, also known as opinion mining, is the analysis of the feelings behind the words using natural language processing tools. Dashboards are a convenient way to keep track of performance, but it is important that marketers consider why they are collecting the data to begin with to improve decision-making and marketing performance. Here's an example of a social media dashboard. Here is today's professional I'd like you to read on your own. So, ethical issues in digital and social media marketing. So, online privacy and information security. Companies must be transparent and honest, and they need informed consent. Privacy data breaches and information security. Large scale privacy breaches negatively impact brand trust, customer retention, and purchasing behaviors. And then Uber paid $148 million to settle a nationwide investigation of a data breach event. Unethical targeting of digital customers. Marketers should be cautious when targeting populations that may be considered vulnerable, such as children, ethnicities, and sexual orientation. Ethical best practices in social media marketing. Remain transparent at all times. Never give cause for privacy concerns. Always credit when resharing someone else's content, and always divulge your affiliation. And that is it for Chapter 13.